What's going on, everybody? Hope you're having a terrific Thursday so far. Welcome to Hot 97 News. It is a brand new live news show where we talk about all the biggest stories across the country. It is Thursday, March the 12th. I'm your host, Lana Harris, here with Rondell with 2 N's and Million.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
TT.
TT.
Terrific Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
TT. I hope y'all TT today. I hope y'all have a TT.
Like it's like a terrific
I hope y'all
Thursday.
have a TT.
Yeah, you know, I'm trying to do that every day. A little Marvelous Monday.
A little Marvelous Monday.
Mhm.
Terrific Tuesday.
Terrific Tuesday. Wonderful Wednesday.
Wonderful Wednesday. What was today?
Terrific Thursday.
Terrific.
But
We
I
gotta-
need another one, yeah.
Not a terrible Thursday.
No, please.
A tremendous
A
Thursday.
you go.
tremendous Thursday.
There you
And
go.
that Feel Good Friday, baby.
Because, we got a little song for people on Fridays.
Hello.
Okay, diving into the news. I am praying that we don't have to stay on Iran too long today because we have some news we've been trying to get to.
Okay.
There's just so much to talk about.
Real.
So let's talk about what these people are up to today. And starting it off is just more oil tankers blowing up. Have you guys seen this? I do think it's interesting that we get to start the show with just things blowing up. So let me just show y'all what just happened. This is in kind of the Iraq area. This was one of the tankers that caught fire. There were 2 tankers that recently got hit by someone. Everybody's assuming it's Iran, obviously. I just don't think they've claimed it yet. Like, they haven't claimed responsibility for it yet, but this is what they've been saying they're going to do. So, I mean, I thought that was nuts.
That's a boat?
That was.
A boat. That was a boat.
Yeah.
God, dog. Oh.
Imagine being right there and watching that happen. You know what I mean? Boy.
Did it
Now-
say what kind of bomb it was, or like or is that we don't know what kind of bomb it was or anything?
I don't think it's been announced. Last I heard, it might have been a drone.
Okay.
But it also could have been. I don't think it was one of those mines we were talking about because it seemed like it came from the top. I don't know. Let's watch this again because this just happened yesterday, and so. From what I've seen today, we're just now getting reports and video about all this. So I don't really know what happened, but I have seen a couple different angles of this. And yeah, people were very much nearby and just saw a freaking ship blow up.
Dang. What's the craziest part about this is like if you were people on the ship, you're not
man.
knowing that you're about to die,
Bro.
and then literally boom, over.
Which
Crazy.
is crazy. I mean, so Iranian officials have been saying, we're going to do this. Specifically, they've said any vessel or tanker bound to them will be a legitimate target. They've also said that they're willing to let oil get as expensive as it possibly can be. They said, get ready for the oil barrel to be at $200 because the oil price depends on the regional stability, which you have destabilized. They're talking to the United States when they say that. And so, man, I look at this and I think that this is why Trump has to be more real with the people. Because at this point, there's been 6 oil/fuel/tanker vessels hit and 5 cargo or container or bulk vessels hit. So that's 11 ships at least. The numbers are kind of all over the place and hard to track at this point, but that's a lot that's been hit in that region. And not for nothing, Fox News was talking about what Trump was saying about it, which he was saying, y'all just need to be brave and go out there and just accept the fact that we've destroyed their Navy, we've destroyed all this stuff. They can't hit anybody. That's what Fox News said he said. Listen to this.
You did a phone interview with the president of the United States. What is his read on this?
So I asked him, how do you get the prices down? I know how much you care about oil and gas. And he says, tell these tankers to get to it. We've wiped out most of their launchers. Here's exactly what he said. These ships should go through the Strait of Hormuz and show some guts. There's nothing to be afraid of. They have no Navy. We sunk all their ships. He went on to say, he said, look, yeah, there's risk in the region. The region's volatile. There are launchers. There's just about 150 left. That's just about 20% of totals. They can't regenerate. They can't make any more. And we are in the region ready to act quickly on all these type of attacks.
So this is March 9th. Trump's telling oil-carrying ships, screw the risks. Go through the strait. Everything's going to be fine. There's nothing to be afraid of. And then 2 days later, oil tankers blow up.
That is so. I just want to put this out here. You said they are expected if they're ready for this thing to hit $200. I just want to let people know $200. If it gets to $200, that's $7 to $8 a gallon. That's gas, baby. $7 to $8 a gallon for gas.
I see. Iran did say they had something up their sleeve. Turns out their big weapon was inflation the whole time.
Yeah.
Inflation. Y'all keep playing with me. I'm gonna keep giving you inflation.
Flat out.
Woo!
That's
Look, and
nuts.
so that's where it's like, I don't just want to be a Trump basher, but we have to be real with this situation. Like, this is the danger of looking at the glass half full about all this when you're talking about war.
Yeah.
You know, Trump is literally just not being realistic about things. And a lot of people have decided they just don't care. Like, you know, Trump says everything's going great. Everything must be going great. Imagine you were the one who decided, okay, Trump told me to just go through the strait and everything's going to be fine. I mean,
Boom.
you know how many people just lost money, if not lives?
Yeah.
You know, in all this, it's like, bro, y'all gotta.
Bruh, Trump is basically saying, stop being punks.
Yeah.
Y'all being punks right now. Y'all just take our word for it. Just stop being punks. Man up.
And what I would have said is, well, why don't you come here and drive this boat through the strait?
yeah.
Send
sure.
Barron through here real quick. We'll see how safe it really
For
is.
sure.
Meanwhile, Hezbollah fired more than 100 rockets into Israel in under an hour. That's the reports, and I can actually show you a bit of what that looks like. Mind you, they have an Iron Dome that's supposed to be stopping this kind of stuff, but I don't know if it's either not working or if it's just depleted or if I don't really know what's happening or if it really is getting some of it, but it's very clear that they're landing.
Yeah.
No,
A
for
lot
sure.
of stuff's getting through, especially when you send a barrage, like 100. I've seen up to 150 missiles at this, you know, there's not a dome in the world that can stop that.
Flat out.
Yeah, I see why Israel was trying to get them to get rid of their missiles now.
Yes.
Because they really have a lot. Like, they apparently, from what I've seen, some reports were saying they had like the most in the Middle East. And they're showing us now.
Nah,
Shoot.
for sure.
And they were on a crash course to just having a ton. And that's kind of what some of the conversation was in the very beginning. They were like, oh, Iran is making these missiles at a faster pace than we can. And if they have way too many, then they'll be able to protect themselves against any kind of attack or any kind of anything that we want to do to limit their nuclear program. So they felt like we got to like attack them now before they start making more missiles. And that's what they were afraid of. But at the same time, they also did start it. So this was always going to be a risk. I think they probably hoped that in that first wave of attacks, they might have blown most of their arsenal to smithereens. Trump has been saying we blew most of their arsenal to smithereens. So, you know,
I mean, how much they got for real? I mean, dang, if you already took out so much, but they got, like, this
That.
looks like fireworks. Like, they having a 4th of July right now.
Yeah, my stupid butt would have made a wish. I would have thought that was a shooting star.
meteor shower.
A meteor shower. I would have been like, oh, it's raining. It's raining asteroids.
Oh.
Oh, boy. What?
So that's from Hezbollah, and Hezbollah is backed by Iran. They get funding from Iran. So I don't know if they also trade like missiles and stuff, or if Hezbollah also makes it themselves, but there's clearly a lot of firepower out there. And I was actually watching a News Nation report about the border there. So again, Israel and Lebanon share a border. And in some places, you know, it's fortified. There's like watchtowers and an actual, you know, wall and stuff like that. But in some places, it's just kind of open. It's like rolling fields. It's actually kind of beautiful. And it just flows in from Lebanon to Israel. Now, it's not like just totally unwatched, unmanned, but there are people who live right there, right up next to the border, and they have farms and villages and stuff like that. And I'm like, man, like imagine you just live like right across the street from the actual enemy. At least enemy territory,
Yeah.
as what they would see. Because I don't think Hezbollah literally lives right there like they do. But they do have cameras all around that area since October 7th. But they were talking about how even children know to be on the lookout for the enemy. And they are like children as young as 4 years old, you know, have little watchtowers. They were saying, you know how you get the little kids, like little toy house outside. The kids will go into the house and peer over into the Lebanon side and be looking out for the enemy.
Oh, wow.
They were saying.
Wow.
It's like it's built into them. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And I feel like on the Israeli side, for the adults, they're looking at it like, you know, we got to be strong here because this is our border and, you know, this is where we live. And I also thought it was interesting that there was a CNN reporter who is in Tel Aviv right now, and she was showing on her Instagram or whatever platform what it's like for the Israeli people when the sirens go off. So this is Erin Barnett, and it's silent because I didn't want to take her reporting, but it's on her page if you want to go look at it, and CNN posted it as well. This is what happens when sirens go off. People just walk into a parking deck if they need to. Does anybody look rushed?
No,
Pressed?
no.
Running? They legit just,
He
might
on
be
a
getting
scooter.
bombed.
They got dogs. They like really chilling out there.
Chilling.
They really vibing out there. Bro on the phone. Like, bro's just like chilling, really.
It's like that's what life is.
Yeah, that's normal.
You know what I mean? And so apparently, I didn't know any of this. Israel was built around communal or public bomb shelters. Like they factored that in because they haven't been in this area for that long. They got there in like, what, 1948, I think? Somewhere between 45 and 50. I think it's 48, but, don't quote me because I can't look it up right now. But, yeah, they are in Tel Aviv in this video. So it's a populated city, and people will just walk into bomb shelters like it's nothing because they're just used to dealing with potential attacks. And so during this conflict, this is kind of more of a daily reoccurrence. It's not something they do every single day outside of the conflict that we're currently in, but it's happened enough over the years that it's like, okay, now we're going to go into the bomb shelter. And now they actually also build bomb shelters or private areas into their homes and apartment buildings. Just for situations like this where they might come under fire. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's because it's not normal.
It's not normal.
That's not normal.
Yeah.
This is not something that you should normally be. Where it almost goes back to when kids are school shootings in a sense, bruh. It goes like you having to do a school shooter drill.
Yes.
That's not normal. That's not normal at all. This is not normal. You should not have to be so desensitized to bombs that you're just like, let me just walk on. Woo, woo. Oh yeah. All right. Come on, girl.
dog.
We about to be late for coffee, but we gotta go. Let's go hide real quick for 30 minutes. Like, that's wild.
Imagine you're like on a patio having brunch, having breakfast, having a coffee. Sirens go off. Everybody just has to get up and go.
And just leave.
And I hope go back and pay. But like the understanding is we're leaving.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of that.
Imagine you order a nice little steak dinner and you like, ooh, gotta go.
Gotta go. we taking that with us to the bomb shelter.
But that's where, sometimes again, like I'm saying, we looking at these high gas prices and people over there just live under threat of bombs.
Yeah.
So much so that is casual. And that's where I'm like, the United States does not have real business out here because we don't even know what it's like to live like that for real. You know what I mean? I do think, though, that Russia might be trying to help mediate an off-ramp to all this. This is pure speculation from me because officially neither side wants a ceasefire and the other side wants the ceasefire, but both sides are winning, whatever. But riddle me this. Why is Iran's president saying this on X? Talking to leaders of Russia and Pakistan, I reaffirmed Iran's commitment to peace in the region. The only way to end this war, ignited by the Zionist regime in the U.S., is recognizing Iran's legitimate rights, payment of reparations, and firm international guarantees against future aggression. That was 15 hours ago from the point that I screenshotted it, but then I went and found something from Steve Witkoff, which we know has been a person who's been trying to do the mediation for all this. And he said, hey, today in Florida, the Russian delegation led by Special Envoy Kirill Dmitriev, I don't know how to say his name, met with the U.S. delegation, including Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, Jared Kushner, and a senior White House advisor. We talked about a variety of things and agreed to stay in touch. And I was just thinking, now, what are the odds both of y'all are talking to Russia right now?
Right.
They won't talk to each other. They're claiming that no background parties are mediating this stuff, but somehow both of y'all are tweeting or posting on X within hours of each other. We've both talked to different Russian officials, and Iran has explicitly said this is what we need to end the war. So I don't know. I mean, at the very least, what the Iranian president said is a sign to Trump. And can you pull up what the Iranian leader said again? When he says recognizing Iran's legitimate rights, he means the rights to have ballistic missiles and have an arsenal of their own and rights to enrich uranium, which the U.S. started all of this because they're saying you can't enrich uranium because enriching uranium leads to a nuclear bomb. So you can't do that. And they say, yes, we can. And so payment of reparations, I think probably means like all this costs a lot of money, so you're going to have to pay for this. And firm international guarantees against future aggression. You're not going to do this again.
Well, they still haven't gave us reparations, so I doubt Iran's getting some. They ain't getting no reparations anytime soon. You can give that one up. You can leave that alone. That ain't happening,
Right.
Bro.
Get in line.
That ain't happening.
Facts.
But, I mean, they are doing their big one with this oil block they got going on. Because even Iraq, I had seen their government official, one of their government officials had said, we're shutting it down. We're not putting anything else out there while all this is going on. So oil is taking an actual beating, and now we have them talking about this. And Trump also did mention recently that he's talked to Putin about all this. And here's what he said.
Talked then about the Middle East, and he wants to be helpful. I said, you could be more helpful by getting the Ukraine-Russia war over with. That would be more helpful. But we had a very good talk.
So, yeah, he's saying, Putin is trying to help bring an end to all this.
He wants to bring Putin in for what, though?
No, Putin is offering his services of helping, which he actually did before all this popped off. Putin said, I'll help mediate. And, I just don't know how you people have the time and energy. Russia is at war with Ukraine.
What will Putin do, though? Well, like, how would he help if he did come in? Like, what type of help would he bring?
I really don't know at this point. I think, if anything, maybe he is just somebody who can just talk to both parties.
Okay.
Like, I'm good with Trump. I'm good with the Iranians. They're clearly not talking to each other. Life's getting weird. Maybe I can step in.
So a mediator.
A mediator.
Okay.
But he also has his own interests. And that's something that Russian envoy and Witkoff and that whole team I mentioned were talking about. They're talking about Russian oil in part, trying to see if we can get this sanction lifted and see how Russian oil can enter the chat and have partnerships with the U.S. in that way, because Russia makes a ton of oil, and like dang near the whole world stopped buying from them when the war with Ukraine popped off. They put sanctions on them. So now Russia's sitting around with all this oil and really wishing somebody would buy it, more people would buy it, because that helps their economy. Some people would say, well, if we do that, then we're just giving you money to fund your war. So of course you want that. You know what I mean? Because like their economy's taking a hit from all this. But what did you just look up?
Well, I was just basically seeing what their relationship was. I mean, I know that they're in BRICS, and BRICS is like a financial alliance. I thought at one point that it was like a military alliance, but after China was like, yeah, we ain't gonna touch nobody. It's a financial alliance, and apparently Iran provides Russia attack drones, drone technology, ballistic missiles, military training. So they provide military assistance to Iran, but then Russia provides military force and economic trade cooperation like oil and stuff like that. So they're working with each other back and forth. So especially if Russia's already talking about they want to mediate, they're probably going to try and get something out of it for sure.
Is BRICS, is it through BRICS? I thought BRICS was India.
BRICS was India. BRICS is India, Russia. BRICS is India,
Brazil,
Russia,
I think, China.
Yeah, it's a couple of them over there.
South Africa, maybe?
Well, it is. BRICS.
So I didn't know that Iran was even dancing around there. I would assume that Iran would be dancing around that because that seems like where their alliances are. But the point is, at least somebody's trying to get this whole thing de-escalated.
True.
Because, like, at this point, we're just killing people out there and nothing really changed.
I wonder if they can make like a 3-part deal. Something where they're like talking to Russia. They're like, all right, Russia, we'll stop messing with Iran if you stop messing with Ukraine. And if Trump ends 2 wars, that would be crazy. That little 3-part deal, he ends up doing a deal, and both of those wars end. He needs a Nobel Peace Prize.
All right.
He needs a Nobel Peace Prize. Right. I'm for real. If he ends 2, that'll be crazy.
He gonna go grab that lady's Nobel Peace Prize and put his name back on it.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But I mean, Trump is still saying we're winning / we've won / we're still going to be out there, but we're like technically winning. And that's where I think a lot of people are wondering, what does winning really mean right now? When like we didn't really start with any real objectives anyway. Like we didn't really start with like a point that you could probably achieve. Like even if you said the objectives were make sure that they don't have any more drones and they can't make any more drones and they don't have a Navy anymore and they can't make their nuclear program happen. That's a very temporary thing. Even if you like bombed it all to smithereens right now, you've killed the current leader's wife, dad, mom, sister, nephew, niece, or child, whoever that kid was to him. And even if you leave and say, okay, we did it, that guy's probably going to restart it, which means we probably have to go back at some point. Even if it was 10, 20, 30 years, that's not really ending it. That's kind of just delaying it.
Real talk.
Here's how it sounds to me in my head. Trump sounds like, you ever seen him like when kids, nah, boo boo, I'm winning. It sounds almost sounds like that, but he's like in a race, but he's back. He's turned this way, facing the person, backpedaling, going, "I win, I win, I win." And as soon as he turns around, he trips, and then that person, and then that person gets in front of him and wins the race. That's what it sounds like when you tell me, like, "Yo, it ain't over," because it's not. Anything can happen when it's supposed to happen. That's how it sounds like. Am I wrong? Is that a bad analogy?
I feel like no, you're not crazy, because with something being over, it means that both parties concede and say that it is over. Iran is still trying to do stuff. I mean, I saw reports earlier of threats that was going to hit America.
That's right.
And I was like, oh, okay, so they really ain't done. They really trying to get it cracking for real.
Yeah. So I mean, to your point, this is not over until you get buy-in from the government saying, okay, we agree, we're not going to do this anymore. You've won, you've crushed us, we can't do this. Until they get that, if they decide they won, they can say it all they want, but we'll see what happens with that. If anything, if they even just continue hitting people in the Middle East, I'm sure the Middle East would be like, well, dang, you just came over here and did this, left, and now we're still getting hit over here? Like, that would be probably crappy for them. So it's still going strong right now. And, of course, the U.S. and Israel are still hoping that people rise up and take over their government. And Iran says that they're about to treat protesters like enemies of the state.
Wow.
So they are trying to squash all that right now. Iranian protesters apparently are going to be, I would say, shot. I mean, what would you do with an enemy of the state that's in the country? If they are said to kill their own citizens, I'm assuming they're going to kill them too. So can you pull up the quote from, I think this was the police chief, one of the police chiefs out there. He said, if anybody comes forward in line with the wishes of the enemy, we will no longer see them as merely a protester. We will see them as an enemy, and we will do to them what we do to an enemy. We will deal with them in the same way we deal with enemies.
Yeah, that's
well, there goes it.
It sounds like a threat for sure.
Trump was trying to get these people riled up to fight their government. Their government will be fighting back. It sounds like. Yeah, this is how you can't even expect people to even want to fight back against a whole regime,
especially when they're not armed.
Even that, yeah.
So, like, I think that there is an effort to get arms to the Iranian people, but how would you even do that on any kind of major scale without getting caught? Almost immediately. So I don't know how they're hoping that the people rise up, but I know that that's still like the hope, as we talked about yesterday.
I got an idea. They should take a page out of, you remember the boat that tried to drop all them guns and stuff off in Cuba?
Yeah.
Maybe y'all should take a page out of that book. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just a magical boat comes to the land and just with a bunch of guns and a bunch of backpacks and a bunch of... And just so happens to drop it off. Hey, that's all I'm saying.
That's not a crazy idea.
It's not.
That's not a crazy idea.
Come on now.
Low key, this is why I thought they wanted the Kurds to get involved. The Kurds, again, operate in the Iraq-Iran border, but they don't like this government either, and they are armed.
Yeah.
They got a lot of guns. So if they were to get involved, maybe they storm in there and they have the guns that the people need. That was the thought. But I think they've also now said, we're not going to get involved. They got screwed by the U.S. so many different times. I would be shocked to see that. And even Trump himself said, oh, yeah, we don't want the Kurds to come in. So then I was like, well, then who do you want? How are these people going to do this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm looking at it right now through history. We have done that before. Supplied like military rebellion groups with multiple different weapons and things like that. Artillery, Afghan Mujahideen during the Afghan War, Contras, Nicaragua. But it's just like, I don't know. I'd rather that than sending troops over there. It's too late for us to just back out now. I mean, Iran seems like they full throttle. So at this point, we're in it. We gotta figure out ways to get other people to fight as opposed to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, now that we're kind of talking it out, I think that is why they're saying that this almost definitely ends in boots on the ground, because how else would you have enough of a fighting force to take over the government?
Right.
You need soldiers with guns to help the people at that point.
You only have 2 ships out there right now, or a couple ships. We need actual boots.
Well, there are like thousands of troops out there with those 2 ships, but to your point, there are also like hundreds of thousands of IRGC / I mean, they don't have a 1-to-1 match there.
In what world would we be able to go there, put boots on the ground, and actually recruit the civilians that want to, that Trump is telling them to uproot and, take over your government? And what world would, I mean, this is just an idea. I don't know if it's dumb or not, but, send the military that's already there to recruit and train and, get these people ready, or whatever the case may be, to go and, overthrow their government. That's an idea. I don't know if that's a dumb idea. I mean, this is just something I'm thinking.
Well,
Oh, go ahead.
We couldn't like train them without. That would take so much time. They don't have enough time. They get caught probably immediately, and they would all get killed.
Okay.
I think the idea though would be to send boots on the ground and then have the people who don't support the regime all have a force against the leadership. Can you show the video of the support that this current leadership has? This was retweeted by the guy who's on the ground for CNN, Fred Pleitgen. I don't know how to say his name. Massive crowds gathered in this square in Tehran for the funeral ceremony of those killed in the attacks on Iran. So they have a lot of support. Mind you, this is a big country, and that's only a very small space compared to how massive this country is. So I'm not trying to say that this is the entire country. But when you have this level of support, it does become a lot more difficult, I think, to like just overthrow your government, because you literally never know who supports and who doesn't.
That's true. That's true.
I'm not supporting this regime one way or the other. I'm just letting you know what's going on. Like, this is how it's so difficult.
That's true.
Is it support, though, or is it just mourning? Because, I could go out there and mourn with the people, but I don't have to support the government, too.
I mean, I've seen similar crowds when the other dude died, when the former Ayatollah was killed. That same square, they said that there were people who went out there in droves just like that. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. But they are saying that Iran is threatening to hit California with a drone, and we're going to talk about it after the break.
A major move today. Hot 97 is expanding.
Hot 97 has launched a full streaming television channel.
Hot 97 is no longer just a radio station, it's now a streaming network.
Welcome to Hot 97 News. Let's dive into the news, because the news has been newsing.
Hot 97 Mornings with Merrill. We got Shiny Culture in the building. Leah Bell in the building.
Good morning.
And DJ Cass One.
You know what it is. You know how I get down with the Funk Flex energy, baby.
Let's get it, Flex.
Nobody don't want no smoke.
Wow, it got spicy real fast. Here for it all.
We're here for it all.
Let's go. Mariah Carey takeover.
The people made it happen.
Yeah.
I'm coming around to all the classrooms and we turning up.
Good morning, students. My name is Wale. Aren't you supposed to be in class?
Wale, where are you supposed to be?
Oh, man, you supposed to be in class, man.
Rihanna has become a true worldwide icon.
Congratulations on the job. We listen to Hot 97 every day. We can't wait to hear you guys even more.
Hey, let's go!
Get ready. The legend is on your screen. Funk Flex, the man who defines hip-hop, is bringing the heat from the radio booth to your TV.
Where's my camera at? That's my camera? All right.
The biggest beats, the hottest freestyles, and that classic Flex energy.
Bars are back.
Now in your living room. Don't just hear it, watch the movement. Funk Flex, now on Hot 97 TV, Mondays and Fridays at 7:30 p.m.
Welcome to Hot 97 News Atlanta. Chris here with Rondell with 2 N's.
What it do? Give it up to you.
And Million.
Hey, the fact that this is a reality.
Brand new live news show. I'm your host, Lana Harris. There is so much going on in this country and in this world.
Civil unrest. Nobody's going to trust that. Any of
this sounds, like I said, it sounds good.
Yeah.
It does sound beneficial.
Okay, welcome back to Hot 97 News. When we left you, we were talking about how Iran is reportedly threatening to hit California with a drone. And when I first heard that, my first thought was, well, that's weird. How are they going to get a drone to California? You know how far that is?
It's very far.
That's a long way away from here. But the threat is that they're going to shoot it off of a vessel, which might be off the coast of California. That's what the threat allegedly is. The FBI was warning police departments in California in recent days that Iran could retaliate for American attacks by launching drones at the West Coast. And you saw a bunch of different news outlets started reporting, yes, the FBI is warning that Iran is going to do this. And officials are downplaying the risk of Iranian drone attacks off California. I'm like, okay, now why? Now what? Now how? This seems to me like they're trying to get the people riled up.
Now look. I'm not going to... I used to live in California. I used to live in L.A.
Okay.
If there was a place that they could bomb, you know what I'm saying? LA is a terrible place. It's full of evil people. All I'm saying is I'm not like super upset.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm not like, it's LA. It's California, man. Like, have y'all been to California before?
Yo, yes.
Yeah, man, it ain't, you know what I mean? Have you lived there, though?
Nah.
See,
I never lived there.
Yeah, you gotta live there. And then you'll understand why my distaste for... First place y'all need to go to Glendale High School. They failed me. They failed me. My 9th grade year, they failed me. I had to go to homeschooling right after I got kicked out of that school. So, yeah, go there first.
Man, you sure it wasn't like user error?
Oh, it was definitely user error, but I'm blaming it on them. I'm blaming it on them for sure.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, I don't know whether to believe this or not. I mean, I think that part of what makes me sketch out about it is that it's so random. Like it was very vague. They just kept saying like, yeah, Iran is going to send drones to California, and off rip, you're like, you need more details than that just to start off with, because they physically can't just send drones to California. So that was kind of an irresponsible wording anyways. And even if they did park a vessel off the coast of California, are they not watching the coast of California?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they're literally blowing drug boats out of the water in that same area. They've been doing that since last year. So all of a sudden, we're going to have an Iranian ship sneak up and blast some drones at the United States, and nobody's going to stop it. That's where I'm like, okay, y'all playing games. And they also didn't have any information on the timing, the method, the target, or the perpetrators of this alleged attack, but they're just letting people know, oh, this could happen. So, I mean, at least you know what they're saying, but I don't know. I don't know about this one.
So they didn't release anything like saying how they would do it. They just said it would be off of a vessel in the coast.
They basically said that it would be basically a drone, an unmanned aerial vessel, whatever they said the terminology was, but it would have to be launched from a ship because they physically couldn't get it from Iran, so they'd have to launch it from somewhere. So they're saying that they actually got reports that this might happen back in February, and so now it's just now getting into the press because they're releasing this saying, just something to be on the lookout for. But
look, please miss all the in and outs though. As long as y'all don't hit any of the in and outs, you know what I mean? I am good. And just don't hit the in and outs out there. Maybe don't hit the Sizzler. Don't hit a lot of spots. But I don't even know what it is to hit in LA. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what is like a big, unless you hit like Universal Studios or, or the Warner Brothers lot or something. I mean, that's the only thing I could think of that would be any of significance to destroy for real. The Hollywood sign.
They did just say California.
Yeah.
So it could happen anywhere.
Yeah, San Francisco, San Diego.
Oakland, San Diego.
True.
I mean, it could happen anywhere, but I think they only say that what?
The Golden Gate Bridge.
I've seen report. Listen,
that's a major one.
I've actually seen some speculation that if something were to happen, it might happen to the Golden Gate Bridge.
Hey, bruh.
But it's just like rumors. You know what I mean?
I know. But that's a big rumor, though.
That would be major. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I've also seen, speculation because people don't know, but I've also seen that people think that this might just be a false flag type situation where they're just peppering it and seasoning it right now to get the people worried about it. And then when it happens, it's like, oh, we already believe Iran did it because you already told the media that Iran is thinking about some things. So a false flag is basically when somebody else does something crazy and then blames it on a different party. So, or like, okay, for example, when we were talking about what was happening with Venezuela at first, and Venezuela said, we caught people trying to attack a U.S. ship and it wasn't us. And we think that really someone acting on behalf of someone tried to sabotage the ship to make it look like it was us to pop off the war. False flag. Our country, we didn't do this. You're blaming us. We didn't do it. Did you look something up?
Yeah, so this is oddly familiar to like Pearl Harbor. So like Pearl Harbor, according to some reports, U.S. officials had some warning signs before the attack of Pearl Harbor in 1941, and the United States did not know the exact time or place or method of the attack. They just knew that something was coming their way. So it's like maybe something really is coming their way. But also it could be they know about it. It might happen, and then that gives us an excuse to go even further,
to put boots on the ground,
to really put boots on the ground. So it's kind of sketchy. It's kind of sketchy. That is alarming, though, for sure.
If Iran hits California, they will have the exact reason they need to put boots on the ground. That is what it is. At the same time, they might do it. I mean, I can't say Iran wouldn't do that. They're clearly pissed, and that's where it's like you already were abusing the animal. You know what I mean? Y'all were already abusing the animal, and now it's almost like you let him out of the cage. Because when you kill a leader and his whole family and you don't have a definite regime structure to take their place, like what we're seeing right now, all you can do is hope they don't come and do the absolute worst they can do to your country. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I don't think they expected it to go down like this. I don't know that for sure. I think they thought it was going to happen more like Venezuela, where they could choose. Trump flat out said, I'm choosing the next leader. They hadn't even given up yet. He said, I'm choosing the next leader.
Yeah.
So I think that they thought maybe it was going to go down like that, but I don't know. They say they're winning, so I guess. Are we still winning if the homeland gets hit?
I mean, deaths. I would compare winning to like the amount of deaths, the amount of damage that we've caused each other. So we've caused a lot more damage than what apparently, according to the reports, has been caused to us. So I would say we're winning. Did we win though? That's debatable for sure.
And see, I don't even really know how to quantify that because Israel, they're the ones who are out there. You know what I mean? Like the U.S. isn't there to get hit as badly as Israel is and as bad as Iran is. Like they're the ones who are like at the most risk.
Right.
So I'm curious if Israel feels like what damage they're saying, like if they're winning, because that's why we saw, we started this show off with all those hundreds of ballistic missiles. They're getting hit, but you don't see a lot of damage videos going around. Seems like they're trying to hide how badly it's going over there, which it's what you would do for strategy. You didn't get me. When you get hit and you walk away like that ain't hurt.
Yeah.
That's what's happening right now.
Yeah.
But yes, our money is getting hit. Gas prices, all that kind of stuff. But very different than having to run into a bomb shelter or pick your whole life up or die, which is what's happening over there. Anywho, y'all ready to move on?
Yeah.
Moving on from Iran to talk about Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh man,
I forgot about him. I ain't gonna hold you.
Look,
see that it's working.
It is working. It is working. I didn't forget all the way, but it was just like they gonna release files. They gonna release files. If they don't. Whatever the case, you know what I mean?
Look, man, there have been funny videos. I hate to say this because I don't want it to sound like I'm like against America. It's just funny. So both America and Iran's social media teams have been posting very immature things online. Have you seen? Like the U.S. posted like this Call of Duty like video game kind of post about just destroying Iran, and then Iran did like this post that was like Legos of Iran destroying the U.S. And in that video, they were saying that they felt like Trump did this because of the Epstein files. They had him. All of this.
What?
He said they had like the Epstein files in front of a Lego Trump and a Lego Benjamin Netanyahu, which is Israel's prime minister, and the devil, and had him push the button because they had the files in front of him. That's the propaganda they're pushing out.
Wow.
I didn't want to show it because I didn't want to be that guy showing Iranian propaganda, but I also thought, like, man, it's crazy how all this is just like floating around. And of course, you would want their people to think that it was because of that.
Yeah.
So they're definitely trolling. If it's true, I can't say. But investigators are finally searching Jeffrey Epstein's ranch in New Mexico. So back in February, New Mexico officially reopened the investigation into possible crimes tied to that ranch after reviewing the newly unsealed FBI files. And so a couple days ago, March 9th, they physically went there to go figure out, what they could go in and get at this point. I was like, bro, like, how did this take so long? It's been years. Investigators are now saying that the ranch appears to never have been thoroughly searched before. What do you mean? Wow. So state officials say the investigation they were doing back in 2019 when Epstein was arrested, actually when he died, was he killed and arrested in the same year? Not killed, I'm sorry. Did he commit suicide? And was that the same year that he was arrested? I don't know. I know that he definitely perished in 2019, so they say. But state officials were doing an investigation back then, and that was shut down after prosecutors in New York asked them to stand down. So prosecutors asked them not to look into this property thoroughly. That's strange. That's really strange. But they say that the newly released files gave them enough reason to reopen that case and go over there. Mind you, multiple girls and young women have said that abuse happened to them there. So they say that they were either trafficked there or they were sexually abused at this Zorro ranch. But again, they said, stand down, don't do anything about it. This is a remote private spot, which means that, you could get in there, not have a lot of eyes. If you were a woman, you would think, man, nobody's going to find me out here. Like, what can I do? So this was a heck of a place to decide, we're just not going to search, because they did search multiple other Epstein locations and properties.
We still don't know how he. That's a really nice property right there.
That's a really nice.
We still don't know how he got that much money.
That's an estate.
I mean,
that is an estate.
That's an estate. So he got an Epstein Island and an Epstein Ranch.
Yeah.
All right.
And he had a little condo in like New York or some property in New York.
An Epstein condo. What's next? What's next? An Epstein yacht? Where we
probably.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Where do we go next?
An Epstein spaceship. Sorry.
Oh no! He never graduated college. But yet was a professor at one of the most prestigious colleges in the world.
Million, he's white. What do you mean?
I'm just saying.
You're acting like this is something like new. This is
crazy.
Dude's white.
I'm trying to figure out.
They can do anything they want.
Like that ranch size,
brother.
Crazy.
Do whatever.
Crazy.
He would do that. Whatever he wants, brother. Okay.
So people have been asking him to do this for a while. I mean, people have been asking him to release the dang files for a while, but I do just think that it's interesting that they're just now deciding to do this, and especially because so much time has passed, they're never going to get all the information they probably could have gotten at the time this all went down. The forensic evidence might be gone. Physical evidence might be gone. I mean, a lot of it is, at least 6-7 years old.
So is this ranch sold, or is this ranch was it foreclosed? Was it just abandoned? Like whatever happened to the ranch? Because I mean, from what I'm looking at, they're just driving. I don't see any cars there. I mean, a lot of these rich people when they have these estates, they hardly ever go to them. You know what I mean? They're used for like twice or 3 times a year, and after that they just sit.
This man had a whole island.
Yeah,
so that was sitting there while I'm on an island
so
or in New York or overseas. You know what I mean?
So it's like, how long has that house just been sitting there with nobody in it?
So I'm trying to see. Epstein owned it in 1993 to 2019. After his death, the estate managed and eventually sold it.
Okay.
So they sold it, and it was not taken by a bank through foreclosure at all. So it was sold.
Can you look up who it was sold to?
Yeah, that would be a great.
Because what did they do with all the evidence sitting around?
Exactly, and they knew who they bought it from.
Did they bleach the whole place
Come
down?
on now, they knew exactly who they. You don't buy Epstein house and not know you buying Epstein house, bruh.
It says it was sold to a 2023 to the family of Texas businessman and politician Don Huffine.
That's all you need to say is politician, brother. They sold it to a politician.
This
That's
is
all
allegedly.
you.
This is all allegedly.
Allegedly,
I'm not 100% sure.
Well, listen, that's all I needed to hear was they allegedly sold it to a politician, and that politician allegedly probably bought it because he knew.
Hold on.
What the dealio was.
How much did they? Since when do politicians make enough to buy a ranch like that?
Lonnie, now you speaking out loud.
Hold
Don't
on a second.
talk too loud.
Wait a minute.
Don't talk too loud. Buy that. Politicians buying that.
Wait a minute.
Boy, what?
We got questions here. I feel like we investigating ourselves
Come on
at this
now.
point.
Come on
Nobody's
now.
asking the right questions. You always got to ask the right questions. So
Right.
the exact sale price was never publicly disclosed.
Oh.
What we do know, though, from records and reporting, the ranch was originally listed for about $27.5 million.
Bro.
After Epstein died, the property value went down for tax. It was about $21 million. So it went from 27 to about $21 million.
Oh.
There are people who come.
Oh, it went down lower to $13 million.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. So
Oh, they were trying to move that
Yeah,
property.
yeah.
Bro,
They were trying
what?
to. They were trying to find somebody to buy it quick.
I don't know if y'all watch those shows like $1 Million Listing or any of these housing shows, but if you get a property that's worth like $20 million, that's a major get.
Yeah.
And it will take them sometimes a long time to even move a property because people don't just have money like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you got to put a lot of money down just to get the property. Nobody's really just sitting on that much money. And so the fact that a politician bought it
Hello, what we doing?
and they knocked the price down.
What we doing? Come
What
on now.
are we talking about here?
Come on now.
Was this politician? Because now I want to get some.
Yeah.
Was this politician like a ever a donor to anybody, or were they like what party are they in? Are they Democrats? Are they Republicans? Because I will say, over the years, Jeffrey Epstein actually had more ties to Democrats. Trump himself had more ties to Democrats. So he switched and became a Republican, meaning Trump. But I wouldn't be surprised if either party popped up. But I am curious, since it happened in 2023.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised if it was a Republican because now he's the head of the party.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the buyer, Don Huffines, is a Republican, not a Democrat.
Not
so
surprised.
there is no public evidence he donated to Jeffrey Epstein or to anyone connected to buying the ranch.
No. Like donated to the Trump campaign because he was a politician. When did he become a politician? Now we're in the weeds. Now we're in the weeds.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We might have to circle back.
Yeah,
Woo,
'cause
that's
I just
crazy.
feel like-
It's getting crazy because it's like if somebody buys it and you're gonna try and go through it now. I mean, evidence could be tampered with, could be like deemed like unusable at all. So it's like that's.
I think it's interesting that at the same time Trump would have been. You said 2023.
2023.
When was the
they
election?
sold it.
2024, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
24. The same time Trump would have been like knowing that he's going to be the president potentially again. I'm going to run, and he's telling people like about Epstein and all this stuff and saying like I'm going to expose Epstein. A Republican politician buys Epstein's old house, and now all the evidence there.
That's what I'm saying.
After the prosecutors told them in New Mexico to begin with, hey, don't investigate there. What do you mean? What does that even mean?
That's all.
That's the last question, and then we can move on from this part. Did prosecutors give a reason for telling investigators in New Mexico not to search the Zorro Ranch? That is the question.
That is the question.
That is the question.
Because all I heard was politician, and I said ding 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 ding. My antennas went off.
But even that's very weird because y'all don't make that much money.
13 million. Come on, man.
And it was kicked down from 27 million.
Come on, man. What are we talking about?
That is half. You cut it in half.
That's crazy.
All right,
More than half.
So investigators have pointed to a few reasons why the ranch wasn't searched aggressively for years,
All
but
right.
nothing's official. This is just a couple of reports.
Yeah.
Prosecutors and officials have said or implied jurisdiction problems. They was going through jurisdiction problems. Zorro's ranch was in New Mexico, while many of the Epstein investigations that did happen was like in Florida and New York. They said there was lack of cooperating witnesses tied to New Mexico. Early victims who did come forward ended up coming forward from Florida, New York, and the Virgin Islands, the U.S. Virgin Islands. So they was just basically saying there was not enough evidence for real for them to go to his ranch, essentially. But But
that still doesn't make sense to me
at all.
It would be one thing if they just had left it alone completely because they were like, well, that's not my jurisdiction. There's no proof anything happened here. I don't care. That's one thing. But for you to say, ring, ring, hey, stop what you're doing, just letting you know whatever you're about to do, we don't even need it.
Yeah.
That's what we're going for somebody who's accused of child sex trafficking.
That place got to be haunted at this point.
Oh, boy.
Bro.
What? I went about it.
To add to how strange all of this was, apparently, at least reportedly, a prison guard who was one of the prison guards watching Epstein Googled him minutes before his body was found and made a mysterious deposit made before he committed suicide. So if we're looking at this with our third eye.
Hello, come on. Don't talk. Hold on, Lana. Before you say some stuff, don't talk. Whisper everything. Don't talk too loud. Don't talk too loud now. Don't talk too loud.
Listen, there's a security guard that was supposed to be looking after Epstein. And apparently, shortly before his body's found, she's looking up his name. She's Googling 5:42 a.m. Googles his name. 5:52 a.m. Googles his name. About an hour later, he's found dead in his cell. Why are you Googling the name of somebody you're supposed to be watching that's in a prison cell that you're supposed to be guarding?
What you talking about?
At the same time, people have also realized she got a $5,000 cash deposit in her bank account.
You got to be kidding me.
Before all this.
Five bands.
So if you're looking at our third eye, the story looks like.
Hello, don't say. Hold on, don't say it. Don't say it. Do not say it.
But it appears as if what could have possibly happened.
That could have went this way.
Was that? What if I give you some money, and I'm tell you on this date this is about to happen, and so on this date you start looking. I wonder if the news has gotten hold of the fact that he ain't here no more. He ain't here. And I'm trying to figure out if people figured it out yet. 5:42 I look. 5:52, 10 minutes later I look. Hour later he's found dead.
Oh my God.
$5,000.
Do we know where the $5,000 came from?
Mysterious.
Oh, of course. They would never tell us when.
It's a mysterious payment into this person's bank account. And you might be thinking $5,000 is really not that much money. That was actually my first thought. Sis, you could have gotten a lot more from these people.
Hello.
If you know his bank account, Zorro Ranch, Epstein Island, condo in New York, all these different places, and you got $5,000, but $5,000 is not enough to really have a lot of suspicion around you. You know what I mean? If you get $1 million payment, somebody's coming and asking you about that.
Immediately.
Blocking it, freezing it first, and then asking you about it.
Yeah, she was smart.
But this person, her name is it Noel is her last name? Her name is Tova Noel. And she actually did get in trouble for this, but I think she ended up taking a plea deal. Yeah, he had a deal. So prosecutors said that guards fell asleep and didn't check his cell for hours. And they falsified prison logs to say they did the checks. And then the cameras near Epstein's cell had malfunctions. And the two guards, including Noel, were charged with falsifying records in 2019. So she's one of the ones who is accused of falling asleep, not checking the cells, and falsifying the reports, the prison logs. She's also now said to have Googled Epstein's name twice, and then he was found an hour later. Are we connecting the dots?
Oh, we connected. Connected.
She ends up getting charged with this, and she ends up making a deal with prosecutors, did some community service, and then the charges were dropped. She didn't get in trouble for this really at all.
Well, y'all don't hear Lana.
Y'all don't hear me.
Y'all don't hear her. We can't say
y'all
it,
don't
but
hear
y'all
me.
not hearing Lana, bro.
Y'all don't hear
Y'all
me.
don't hear it. Y'all don't hear it. And I wish I could just blatantly just be like, blah, 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 blah. But I ain't going to do that.
I'm going to just ask you, what are the odds?
What are the odds?
What are the odds that one of the prison guards fell asleep, but also text or Googled the name of Jeffrey Epstein twice when he's supposed to be in the cell that she's guarding? And about an hour later, his suicide is determined. And she's one of the same that is allegedly having fallen asleep and falsifying the records. And also, the camera had some failures at the same time.
This is her sleep right here. This is me. This is how I imagine she would sleep.
Literally. Look. She looking down at her phone because she knew. She allegedly might have known that she should be seeing Jeffrey Epstein's suicide.
Come on.
Something should be happening right now. Let me go back to Slim Time.
Yeah.
Falsify these records.
Yep.
And then they let her go. Charges dropped.
Y'all don't hear her though. Y'all don't hear her though. Y'all don't hear her though.
At the same time, the same year, they say, you know that Zorro Ranch? Don't look into it. Click. What?
On fire, on fire right now.
Bro. And a politician bought it? What?
And a politician bought it.
Y'all not listening today. Today, y'all might be asleep out there today.
Bro, these people are nuts. Okay.
Ooh.
So now that we know that we're all being lied to, I want to tell y'all about this UFO story so bad, but we don't have enough time tomorrow. Just know, and we'll talk about it tomorrow, that there's an ex-general with UFO secrets that has gone missing. Some experts say that it's a grave crisis, and now the FBI is involved in trying to find this man. That's a new development.
Wait, what?
Yes, man. He went and I guess we'll just talk about it. He went and he's gone off. He went to walk away from the house, running on a trail, a couple different narratives. But the point is, he left his phone in his wallet. Pretty sure it said, "This is him." Now there's a silver alert out for him. Silver alert is like an amber alert, but it's when you're a senior. And so, everybody's been saying this is weird. This is somebody who is a retired Air Force Major General who goes missing. Nobody knows where he is. His wife ended up posting this really long, lengthy message on Facebook talking about, look, man, he might have had some medical issues, but he didn't have no dementia. He didn't just walk away. So people are trying to figure out where he might be. Hasn't been heard of since, February 27th?
Oh, wow.
Last seen around 11 a.m. Yeah, so this has been going on for a while. Been trying to talk about this for a while, but then Iran popped off.
Okay.
So all we know about his background is that he is a retired U.S. Air Force Major General, very senior science and technology official. He served in the Air Force as commander of the Air Force Research Laboratory and was responsible for managing a multi-billion-dollar Air Force science and technology program. And that means he wasn't just like a run-of-the-mill dude. This isn't just like a guy who's gone missing. This is somebody with a lot of knowledge, and nobody can find him. So we'll dive into that at some point.
Now, tomorrow we will.
Well, tomorrow, okay, let's do it tomorrow. But we do have to go to break, and we have a lot of Atlanta stories coming at you after this.
A major move today. Hot 97 is expanding.
Hot 97 has launched a full streaming television channel.
Hot 97 is no longer just a radio station, it's now a streaming network.
Welcome to Hot 97 News. Let's dive into the news because the news has been newsing.
Hot 97 mornings with Merrill. We got Shiny Culture in the building. Leah Bell in the building.
Good morning.
And DJ Cass One.
You know what it is. You know how I get down with the Funk Flex energy, baby.
Let's get it, Flex.
Nobody don't want no smoke.
Wow, it got spicy real fast. Here for it all.
We're here for it all.
Let's go. Mariah Carey takeover.
The people made it happen.
Yeah.
I'm coming around to all the classrooms and we turning up.
Good morning, students. My name is Wale. Aren't you supposed to be in class?
Wale, where are you supposed to be?
Oh, man, you supposed to be in class, man.
Rihanna has become a true worldwide icon.
Congratulations on the job. We listen to Hot 97 every day. We can't wait to hear you guys even more.
Hey, let's go!
Get ready. The legend is on your screen. Funk Flex, the man who defines hip-hop, is bringing the heat from the radio booth to your TV.
Where my camera at? That's my camera? All right.
The biggest beats, the hottest freestyles, and that classic Flex energy.
Bars are back.
Now in your living room. Don't just hear it, watch the movement. Funk Flex, now on Hot 97 TV, Mondays and Fridays at 7:30 p.m.
Welcome to Hot 97 News Atlanta. First, here with Rondell with 2 N's.
What they do? Give it up to you.
And Million.
Hey, the fact that this is a reality.
Brand new live news show. I'm your host, Lana Harris. There is so much going on in this country and in this world.
Civil unrest. Nobody's going to trust that. Any of
this sounds, like I said, it sounds good.
Yeah.
It does sound beneficial.
You are watching Hot 97 TV.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Hot 97 News Atlanta. This is a brand new live news show where we talk about all the biggest stories in the city. It is a terrific Thursday. What do we say? Tremendous Thursday?
Tremendous.
It is a tremendous Thursday, March 12th. I'm your host, Lana Harris, here with Rondell with 2 N's.
What's happening?
And Million.
Hey.
All right, y'all. You know, these Atlanta streets.
Always.
Always.
Love it. I love it. Love the ratchetness. I love coming over here to the Atlanta side because it's full of ratchet stuff. I love the national side. I do. Don't get me twisted. I am learning a lot. But Atlanta side is where my ratchet flag can fly. You know what I'm saying? We get over here and get ignorant.
I feel it.
You know what I'm saying, man?
I feel it.
Yeah.
I feel it. I see what you're putting down.
And on that note, the first story is about some street racing, which y'all will not give up. Police been begging y'all for years to stop street racing.
Yeah, they have, bro.
Bro, and this one actually was quite devastating, actually.
Yeah, so a teen was arrested after a deadly street racing incident. All right, so police say 2 drivers were illegally street racing in Lawrenceville on Monday around like 6 p.m. And during the race, one of the cars lost control and crashed into a tree. Now, the driver that was racing him, you would naturally, if you're racing somebody, right? If you're racing somebody, you would hope that they would stop. You would hope that they would get out, check on the person. You would hope that you at least call the police.
Right.
But unfortunately, the driver that raced the man, he decided to keep driving right on home.
Wow.
Right on home.
Wow.
So
whoa, dude.
Crazy.
Oh, is this the video?
Yeah. So this isn't the video of the race happening. This is like the aftermath. You see that happen in your rear view. I know you've seen it.
You heard it.
I know you heard it, right? You see that and you don't call the police.
Oh.
You don't do nothing. You don't stop and you just keep on going home. I even tried to look up like what type of cars these guys was racing in. The police haven't released the details on what the cars were, but I can't even tell what car it is. Like I tried to zoom in. That car is completely like totaled.
Can you get to a point where we can see it and then pause it? Is that a thing that you can do? I don't even know that's a thing you can do. I'm just trying to see that look. Oh my God.
Ooh, can you? What type of car does that even look
like? It's
like
like a sedan of some sort. Isn't
Why are you racing in a sedan?
It got split. Did it get split in 2? I blame this on Fast and Furious. I blame this on Paul Walker and Vin Diesel right now.
Paul Walker is
rest in peace.
No
but
longer
I blame,
with us.
yeah, I know, but I blame it on them, bro. Ever since that movie came out, ain't been nothing but like just street. I haven't seen more street racing since when I first saw Fast and Furious. Everybody wanted to be in cars, and now the Hellcats out and the Chargers, and everybody want to have fast cars. What is the deal with driving fast? I'm about to start getting like you, Million.
I'm telling you, bro.
I'm about to start getting like you.
Yeah, to your point. I mean, I saw some reports that was basically talking about how many people actually died from speeding, just in speeding alone. Like it was like 11,000 people that died from speeding.
Dang.
In 2023, I believe. That was like the most recent data that we had. But so back to the story though. So the man that ended up dying, his name was Dottie Andre Hedlum. He was 28 years old. And the driver was 18-year-old Alan Yair Vasquez Catalan from Duluth.
Yep, shouldn't have did that.
Look, I tried it. I tried it.
Did that.
Let me look at his name. Oh, God. Y'all must be coming up with any old pronunciation.
But look. So like I said, he ran. He just kept on going. So police, they later used license plate reader cameras that automatically scan car plates on the road and tracked him back to the vehicle, which was at his house. The police say he admitted that he had been racing the car once they did get him and saw the crash happen, and he was arrested and charged with multiple crimes. He admitted that he's seen the crash happen. And he's charged with multiple crimes, first-degree homicide by vehicle. He could face up to somewhere from like 3 years to 15 years just off of that charge alone, homicide by vehicle.
I wonder how he got a homicide by vehicle because he was racing, but he didn't get in the accident with the kid.
So under Georgia law, a person can be charged with first-degree homicide by a vehicle if someone dies while they are committing certain dangerous traffic crimes like reckless driving, street racing, drag racing, DUI, fleeing police, and even like if you pass a school bus and somebody dies from something like that. That's,
really?
Yeah, so it's the first degree homicide by vehicle. You didn't commit the crime, but you didn't commit the act of killing somebody.
Right.
But your actions may have led to someone being killed.
You know what's crazy? They probably just had video of them just driving. The fact that he admitted to it is where he really messed up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Could have easily been like,
my
bro,
car was stolen.
What?
I wasn't even racing. I
wasn't in a state.
Dog, there was a guy I went to high school with, one of my really good friends, man. Shout out to Eric. He is a speed demon. He loved to drive fast. And he would pick me up from my house to go to school every morning in high school. And he would drop me off after school. Bro, one day we were driving, and this one I knew I didn't like going fast I knew I was never going to be in the cars or street racing. Bro, we driving down Jodico Road, and Jodico Road's a 2-lane street, so one car this way, one car that way. Bruh, he driving so fast and throws the car into a 360. Bruh. A 360 in the middle of the road, just driving fast, throws the car into a 360 and keep on driving. Hey, dog, I said, drop me off. I'm walking. Hey, bro, I told him, stop the car, let me out. And I walked the rest of the way home. And that day, I knew cars wasn't for me. That wasn't my life. I wasn't supposed to be a car dude. That wasn't I like a little nice, something nice, but driving fast and super quick, I drive over the speed limit a little bit. But I ain't never pushing no 100, 120. Like, what's the fastest y'all ever drove?
Probably like around 100, but like that would have been like in one of those 75. Road is open. You know what I mean? Nobody's really on the road for real, and like you can feel when you're really not speeding that fast.
Yeah.
Because sometimes 100 sounds crazy,
but it's really not.
But it's really not in certain conditions.
What cars are y'all in? I get to wobbling when I hit 90. I get to shaking when I hit 90. I be moving like this. So I stay way below. I stay way below, dog. I'm dead serious. I stay way below. That is too scary for me.
Car about to get out. Car be telling him, slow down, nigga, slow down.
That's why he's in the right.
I can't take it no more, million.
But real talk, I've never understood the obsession with like big, nice cars in general that go super fast.
Yeah.
It's just like not my steez for real.
Where are you gonna drive it? Like, because the times I've hit, I could probably count on 2 fingers how many times I've like hit 100. It's always on a road trip, always on a 75-mile lane, and like it's like, man, like I don't even feel like I'm going this fast. Hey, 100, let me slow down a little bit.
Exactly.
Because you just like naturally hit it sometimes in certain cars, but not like on a daily.
No.
Some of these cars in Atlanta drive like that on a daily.
All the time. There's dudes in New York called the Get Out. It's called Get Out. And what they do is they're driving, their main goal is being the Lamborghini, and they drive in traffic at high speeds, weaving through traffic at high speeds. Bro, me watching it, I get anxiety.
Yeah.
And I know the people in the car when they do these vlogs, I know they in there thinking they about to die. Cause boy, what?
Mind you, people, I still think like guys that like are obsessed with nice cars are just guys that just.
Yeah, we know. Yeah.
They say they compensated for something.
Hey, I think the same thing, brother.
They compensated for something. Like why? A lot of guys do be getting these really nice cars. I don't even think it's for the speed. I think it's just because they want to look good in front of certain people.
For sure.
I hate to say it, but
in front of other men.
That type of person.
At
Just
the
not that
same
type
time,
of person.
some women do gravitate to that kind of stuff.
True.
You know what I mean? So maybe it's for the women, no?
Nah, it's for the dudes.
You think? I don't know if it's for the dudes.
It's for the dudes.
I think it is for the women.
It's for the dudes.
I do think sometimes though it is more for God, because like they'll be like, you see my V8, whatever these things are, and it's like, oh, I don't know none of those words.
Yeah, girl don't know. She don't know what you talking about. It's for the men.
Right.
They trying to impress other men, bruh. And that's the weird thing about it. Why are you trying to impress another man? Unless you are, you know what?
Yeah. So
which is fine.
Which is okay. Just be that.
Right.
You could be that and be a car guy.
But I do feel like sometimes in Atlanta,
you know what I'm saying?
I do feel like in Atlanta they drive like that too. Like, you know, when you see some cars speed up behind you and you like, you're not getting in front of me. But you see some cars speed up and you're like, let me let you do whatever you about to do in life, because it's like they have a path that they figured out, and I don't think they look at lines. I think they look at space.
Oh, they do look at space.
They don't look at any, so they just see, where can I dip and dive my car? And if you move at the last minute trying to get out their way, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
And I'm telling you, that wind, y'all don't be feeling that wind when they drive. Move you right off path, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Atlanta, this is why we have such bad traffic in the first place, y'all.
I think you need a new car.
Yeah. Yeah, let's start with that first and then start talking about the traffic.
Okay, that's fair.
See, I'm gonna be sucking that money.
That's fair. But look, he's charged with other crimes like reckless driving, promoting and organizing. Anyways, he got a lot of crimes, and police say he's currently being held without bond.
Oh, nice. Nice. Slow it down out there, man. Slow it down.
Sometimes you just gotta learn the lesson the hard way.
Hello.
You know what I mean? Because your mama can tell you 1,000 times, don't do this. That poor kid on the other side definitely learn. I mean, gosh. Okay. Meanwhile, boy, some of y'all are not gonna like this one. Some of y'all's former teacher in DeKalb just got sentenced to life without parole for the murder of 2 siblings in Clayton County. It was a home invasion.
Yeah, man. And this happened in 2016. He just got sentenced yesterday, which is a long wait period for him to be sentenced. Now, this story is a little all over the place, and I'm just going to tell you why. So, the former DeKalb County, he was a 5th grade teacher. Prosecutors say he was secretly connected to, guess what? Rolling 20s Crips gang. 5th grade teacher being in a gang.
That's crazy.
Is wild, right?
Crazy.
And he has now been sentenced to life in prison for his role in the home invasion that left 2 children dead. The man at the center of the case, Michael White, who taught at Tony Elementary School in DeKalb. On Wednesday, Clayton County courtrooms, Judge Aaron Mason sentenced White to 2 life sentences without the possibility of parole, plus an additional 20 years for home invasion. The judge also ordered White to pay $202,000 fine, explaining the unusual number referenced White's alleged affiliation with the Rolling 20s gang, which prosecutors say he was associated with. White was convicted for his role in 2016 murder of 2 siblings, 11-year-old Tanaya Coates and 15-year-old Davon Coates. Now, here's what happened. Prosecutors say the children were asleep in their home when a group of armed suspects forced their way inside in the middle of the night. Judge Mason addressed White directly sentencing, saying the gravity of the crime was not a loss on the court. Clayton County prosecutors said White was present with the group that carried out the home invasion, although evidence suggests he was not the one that pulled the trigger. Don't matter, man. Don't matter. You hang around the people, you're going to get charged with the people, bro. That's how it always is. Even so, authorities said his involvement helped set the chain of events that ended with 2 young lives lost. The deputy chief assistant director, district attorney LaKaren Blount said White was the 4th and final defendant to be tried in connection with the case. First of all, my brother, you are too old to be in a gang. All right, let's start there. You are a 5th grade. Wait, hold up. Yeah, you are a 5th grade teacher. Why are you in a gang? And if you are in a gang before you became a teacher, you should have been educating these 5th grade kids how not to be in a gang,
right,
brother?
So I'm not really well equipped with knowledge on gang culture and stuff like that. So like, I'm assuming that you are, but
I would assume so too.
I may just be making some assumptions.
No, I assume so as well.
But maybe you know, because you're kind of like the underground, you know. Yeah. So
I do.
Let's just say that this man did join a gang when he was young, and then he became a teacher later. Is it possible for him to leave the gang once he gets older, or is he in it for life?
No, you can denounce your gang, but you are gang affiliated forever. But you can't denounce like, hey, bro. And it's a few things that can happen. You know what I'm saying? You can have kids and be like, hey, bro, I'm trying to take care of my children. A lot of gangs will respect that and be like, yo, go take care of your kids. You ain't, you know what I'm saying? You need to be here for your son or daughter, X, Y, Z. But yes, you can They're blood in, blood out. So, I mean, you get jumped in, you probably going to get jumped out, or worse. It just depends on what kind of gang you're rolling with, So, he could have probably just said, hey, man, I am going to go choose this teacher life, and I'm going to go get, because you got to get a degree to get a teacher.
Yep.
So, my brother went to school, you know what I'm saying? And so he actually played football. Like, dude was good. Yeah. It's like, so he probably joined this game probably way later on in life. And I don't know, man, like being a fifth grade teacher, you ain't making that much money. Your homeboy say, hey, bro, we got a lick for X, Y, and Z. You trying to, yeah, bro, shoot, I only got paid $2,000 this month.
Bro, I didn't even know that they had rolling 20s out here in Atlanta in general, though. I thought like the gang violence was like more on the West Coast, more as opposed to the East Coast,
man,
or in Georgia. I like literally, I don't remember seeing too many gangs growing
Well,
up. And I was in DeKalb County schools.
Well, in Clayton County, there was definitely gangs. You had Southside Mafia, you had Hit Squad, you had GDs, you had. But
I remember GDs.
But these were, and the crazy thing about it, these were like real gangs. These weren't like play gangs. These
but
were.
mine was play gangs.
Oh no!
I think these kids was playing.
No, dog, not in Clayton County. Hit Squad, GDs, and all, bro, real gangs.
I think so.
So
Southside Mafia, real gang.
So this guy, he says he's innocent.
Oh, he says he's not the one that pulled the trigger. So take that with it as you will. He was there, allegedly, but he's not the one that pulled the trigger, allegedly. We don't, you know what I'm saying? But,
Well, it's not alleged anymore if he's found guilty.
Well, he got two life sentences.
Can you imagine?
2 life sentences, bro.
You've been waiting, you said since 2016?
2016.
To find out what's going to happen, and they say, oh, yeah, life.
Life.
No parole.
2 life.
Twice.
No parole.
Dang.
That's
crazy.
Can't even parole out, and an additional 20 years. So that's 50 years plus 20 years. That's 70 years.
We got to pay teachers more, man.
Well,
this is.
so they don't have to do this.
They don't have to do
Dang,
this.
that's so real. Because remember, we reported on a teacher, a special ed teacher,
who's
that
stealing
was
from Target.
No, he was a prop. He was pimping.
Oh yes,
he was pimping.
Yes.
And I saw one teacher get fired because they found her on OnlyFans.
Yeah, wait, what?
And it's like, oh yes.
Dang.
And I'm like, bro, y'all
was her
need to
name?
pay these people.
No, I'm just asking. What was the name of the?
Why do you need to know?
The
right now?
OnlyFans
Why do you
teacher?
need to
I
know?
know it wasn't a dude.
Wasn't a dude. What was the? Just in case we got some updates, I want to make sure.
Speaking of teachers, look, man, there's a man who's a teacher and a coach in Cobb County who just got arrested in a sexual offense investigation involving who? A minor.
Yeah, who'd you think? A 37-year-old Cobb County school employee who was both an elementary school teacher and a high school teacher is now behind bars that the police say he's facing charges involving sexual offenses with a minor, of course. According to the Cobb County Police Report, the police department, the man from Ackworth was taken into custody Wednesday after detectives with the department's Special Victims Unit launched an investigation into an alleged incident involving a minor. Now, here's where it gets worse, okay? Police say the suspect wasn't just working in the school system. He held 2 roles around kids, teaching at elementary school while also coaching at a local high school. That's exactly why investigators say these cases like this get immediate attention when somebody is in a position of trust with family and students. The expectations are really high, which I agree. Investigators say the case started after Special Victims Unit received information about the alleged incident. Detectives reviewed the evidence, built the case, and eventually obtained warrants for the teacher's arrest, leading to him being taken into custody. Still, the district says they're monitoring the case closely and will apply all district policies and legal requirements as the investigation and court process moves forward. Told y'all about messing with the kids now.
I don't see how these background checks aren't catching some of this stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, here's the thing. A lot of these teachers, man, look, I ain't gonna never call this ever. I would never call this teacher out, but one of my really good friend of mine and a teacher that taught at my high school. Yeah, he's messing with children, messing with girls, 1,000%, and we all knew this.
All knew it.
Everybody. This was not a secret. This is not a secret at all.
This was a guy teacher, and nobody reported it, or
nope.
He was messing with like somebody y'all knew?
Yeah. Bruh, one of my homegirl sisters.
Who went to school with y'all?
Yep.
And Nobody reported.
Y'all
it.
didn't think
Nobody said nothing. I didn't find out till after I graduated. Though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we didn't find out about any of this till after we graduated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but we all had suspicions, and then all the girls in my class were like, "Yeah, bro, we blase." I'm like, "Wait, what?" They were like, "Yeah." I'm like,
"Oh, he had
I'm like, "Nah, you're tripping." They were like, "Nah, that happened."
Oh my God!
I'm telling you, bro, it's out there. It's out there. So you might say, yes, let's do a background check, but this dude was like super dope, super cool. Like one of the dopest teachers like I've ever ran across. Like super cool.
It'd be those ones though. Like when I was a teacher, I made sure never to touch like hold kids. I mean, I'm even working with 4-year-olds. I'm not even.
Bro, I thought I was about to go the craziest way.
Right. I was working with. I had to confirm. I'm working with 4-year-olds, so they're still. You're able to pick them up and stuff like that. But like, I wasn't like getting. I made sure to keep my hands to myself. I made sure to just maintain a teacher student interaction throughout the whole entire thing. And you have to do that as a teacher though, because kids do get too friendly.
No, for sure.
You have to set that line as a teacher, as an adult. Like, look, I'm not your friend. I'm somebody that you have to respect and you have to listen to. We're not going to be buddy. I can't stand seeing teachers that are so buddy and friendly with their students. It's just like, I feel like it's certain lines that get crossed. I understand, being like closer to your students. I understand, trying to meet them where they are, but at the same time, you could do that from a place of being an adult. You don't have to go down to their level.
So when it comes to the high school teachers, those teachers I think have psychological problems when it comes to them messing with children. I think there's something along the lines where they still want to live in this era of high school, and they still want to live in this era of I'm young, and so let me be young, and the only way I can feel young is if I mess with this young girl or this young boy. You know what I mean?
That's an interesting take. I felt like it was more just like a trap.
No.
You just walking around with just jailbait walking around. Because these girls look so grown.
Well, that's
And imagine they in your face. They got their little cut shirts and they are developed enough at 17, 16.
Self-awareness,
it's
though,
like
man.
they're wearing the makeup. They look like, that's before, look, how as a girl myself, that's before you really start to pack on a bunch of like weight in random places. So you have a nice like body. You might have developed some. And you in my face every day. Kids are funny. You cracking jokes, you being charming, whatever. They're there with each other all day. I'd never be a teacher, boy. That is, if I were a man.
What?
No, if I were a man, I would not go. Because for women, I don't think women have that. No.
I said, wait, what?
No.
A lot of saying I could never be a man.
No. I would.
Hey, Brown these kids.
I would never, because I wouldn't put myself in a position where this jailbait is just walking around. That is a trap. I don't think women teachers should have the same problems because, well, this might be. I can't say this on the news, but like I don't know if I can say it. I'm just saying. You guys remember what? Never mind. I can't say it on the news. I'll tell you after. But the point is, I don't see how women pray after these young men. I do see how these men pray after these young women. I would never want to be in a high school environment.
I don't know, because this is like a certain age for me that it's just like, yeah, that's too young. It's like even 21-year-olds at this point. I understand I'm only 25, but even 21-year-olds, it's like a barrier. It's like, I just can't even talk to you because of the immaturity. Now imagine it being a 17-year-old or an 18-year-old. It's just like, as a teacher, what are you doing? And I can't stand when teachers even like try and dress like the kids almost.
Bruh.
Like there was a teacher that went famous online.
Yes.
Not too like last year or sometime like that. She was dressing up like she had a good shape on her. I ain't gonna lie. But she was not dressed like she wasn't trying to hide it.
No,
she was,
the backside.
Yeah,
Yes.
she wasn't trying to hide anything. She was just trying to put it out there, and you're around high school children at that. So it's just like, bro, as a teacher, where do you just be a teacher? Teachers ain't teachering no more.
Yeah.
That's why our kids dumb now.
They don't care.
Stupid.
Look.
All our kids just stupid because all they worried about is just dumb. Just dumb children.
Oh, man. But in other news, so we still got some drug trafficking because this is Atlanta and we're going to have a drug trafficking story.
Sure enough.
But the feds are saying that there's a man from Doraville who hid 44 pounds of fentanyl inside car batteries while he was working for the Mexican cartel.
Hey, man, y'all are getting real innovative out there. I will say that. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Northern District of Georgia, the suspect, Kevin Martinez, appeared in federal court Monday facing charges of possession with intent to distribute fentanyl. And investigators say this wasn't some small street level situation, okay? Federal prosecutors say Martinez allegedly operating under the direction of La Nueve Family here we go. Familia Mochocana.
I already know. I don't know what you just said.
Exactly. I got it. Exactly. A Mexican-based drug cartel helping move large amounts of fentanyl to communities across metro Atlanta. Agents say the pills Martinez was distributing were stamped with a Pac-Man symbol, eating an LV logo, which is Louis Vuitton, which is often used by traffickers to brand illegal pills. The investigation first started when authorities intercepted shipments during traffic stops in Fulton County and Henry County on February 4th and February 18th, where they seized about 6 pounds of fentanyl pills. But things escalated quickly. On March 6th, federal agents executed a search warrant at Martinez's apartment in Doraville, and what they found, straight out of a crime documentary, okay? Agents say they discovered 44 pounds of fentanyl hidden inside a car battery, along with 6 guns and a money counter, suggesting a large-scale traffic operation. Let me just put 44 pounds. I meant to put this in
a little system. You end up on a watch list.
No. You got that's why.
How much can I get for
Yeah. You got to word it the right way.
But I was thinking about it in the terms of like a weight. You know, I think about the gym when you say like 45 pounds or whatever. Like a 45-pound weight is very heavy. That's a lot of fentanyl. When it's tiny little specks.
Heavy.
That's a lot.
Heavy, bro.
Broke a record, bro. That's a new record because we had reported on one that it wasn't 44 pounds. I'm gonna go see because I had a little something. Dang, 44 pounds.
I don't think y'all realize like how deadly fentanyl really is, man. 44 pounds could probably wipe out like all of Georgia. You know what I'm saying? Like literally could wipe out like a speck of fentanyl could wipe out Georgia. And fentanyl is it ain't like a new drug. It's been around for years, but it's like it's like a mixtape that we ain't heard in a while. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, y'all heard that new fentanyl? That thing kind of that dress, bro. It's hot. It's hot right now. That's all we talking about. That's all people want to sell.
44 pounds could take out multiple different cities.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because the lethal doses of just fentanyl. I mean, it's like you could have like 2 drops of fentanyl and it could kill a human being. Just one grown adult. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised fentanyl hasn't gotten the crack treatment because at one point there was a huge crack is whack campaign type situation against crack, and like you've talked about the opioid crisis, but I haven't seen like where's the same thing for fentanyl? Because it's taking people out at this point.
Flat out.
We need a fentanyl saying. Fent is dent. Fent is rent.
Put a
fent
dent in
is,
fent. Oh, that sounds like
fent.
That sounds like do it though. We'll work on it, and we have to go to break. We'll be right back.
A major move today. Hot 97 is expanding.
Hot 97 has launched a full streaming television channel.
Hot 97 is no longer just a radio station, it's now a streaming network.
Welcome to Hot 97 News. Let's dive into the news because the news has been newsing.
Hot 97 Mornings with Merrill. We got Shiny Culture in the building. Leah Bell in the building.
Good morning.
And DJ Cass One.
You know what it is. You know how I get down with the Funk Flex energy, baby.
Let's get it, Flex.
Nobody don't want no smoke.
Wow, it got spicy real fast. Here for it all.
We're here for it all.
Let's go. Mariah Carey takeover.
The people made it happen.
Yeah.
I'm coming around to all the classrooms and we turning up.
Good morning, students. My name is Wale. Aren't you supposed to be in class?
Where are you supposed to be?
Oh, man, you supposed to be in class, man.
has become a true worldwide icon.
Congratulations on the job. We listen to Hot 97 every day. We can't wait to hear you guys even more.
Hey, let's go!
Get ready. The legend is on your screen. Funk Flex, the man who defines hip-hop, is bringing the heat from the radio booth to your TV.
Where my camera at? That's my camera? All right.
The biggest beats, the hottest freestyles, and that classic Flex energy.
Bars are back.
Now in your living room. Don't just hear it, watch the movement. Funk Flex, now on Hot 97 TV, Mondays and Fridays at 7:30 p.m.
Welcome to Hot 97 News Atlanta. First, here with Rondell with 2 N's.
What they do? Give it up to you.
And Million.
Hey, the fact that this is a reality.
Brand new live news show. I'm your host, Lana Harris. There is so much going on in this country and in this world.
Civil unrest. Nobody's going to trust that. Any of
This sounds, like I said, it sounds good.
Yeah.
It does sound beneficial.
Welcome back to Hot 97 News Atlanta, everybody. Okay, we are actually have like a kind of depressing story to start off with, but at least I hope it reminds y'all about gun safety. A 3-year-old just shot himself after finding a gun in a closet here in Atlanta.
Yes, frightening situation unfolded inside an Atlanta home after a 3-year-old accidentally shot himself with a gun found in the closet. According to Atlanta Police Department, the incident happened at a home along Martin Luther King Drive. Investigators say the child climbed into a closet and found a gun that had been stored inside a bag. Mistake number 1. Police say the boy pulled the weapon out and fired it, hitting himself in the hand. The child survived and is now recovering, but the incident quickly turned into a criminal investigation. Police arrested the boy's father at the scene and booked him into the Fulton County Jail, which is kind of, I don't really know how to feel about that part. Authorities say the father is now facing an aggravated assault charge. Investigators have not released his name, and yet as they continue to look into exactly how the firearm was stored and how the child was able to reach it. Under Georgia law, aggravated assault can apply when someone's actions involving a weapon can create a situation likely to cause serious injury. So you don't actually even have to do anything to be charged with aggravated assault as long as it's something that you're involved with. That's what I'm kind of understanding. Prosecutors could also consider additional charges related to child endangerment, depending on what investigators find. Unfortunately, authorities say this type of incident is becoming troubling pattern across Metro Atlanta. Because we had a 4-year-old in Decatur just shot herself in the finger after finding the gun in the glove compartment. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Experts say most accidental shootings involving children happen when kids find guns that were not properly secured. Now, this gets me to my question. How do we stop this? You know, what do we do to stop this?
Man, I think this is so sad. First of all, because if you put yourself in the room, like this kid just went into a closet, you probably as the parent hear, "Pah," and then screaming.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Of the tiny little voice. And just already realized what happened. Thank God it was just the kid's finger. It wasn't anything, worse, because situations end worse. Mm-hmm. But I've had this conversation with people just about where to put your gun. You're supposed to have it somewhere safe. You're supposed to have it like locked away, especially when you have kids. But at the same time, if you were to need it and somebody broke in, I hear people like gun owners. I'm not a gun owner. I've heard gun owners say like, "Man, I would want to make sure I could quickly get to it," and I'd be like, "All right, now what was the code?"
Yeah.
So it does like it. I like what? How it's. I mean, I get it, but it's also like you'd have to make sure that kid never had the ability. Like put it somewhere high, put it in like that the attic, but then you have to go to an attic if you needed it.
Exactly.
So I don't know what the answer is, man.
It sucks because it's like maybe it's almost like maybe he threw it in his gym bag or something. Just he came back from somewhere, threw it in his gym bag, forgot about it, X, Y, and Z. But that just goes to show, man, that a lot of people don't take classes for gun safety.
Yeah.
And I think there needs to be more gun safety classes when you do get a gun. I think you should take a minimum of a week of class before you get it. Hey, you have to have a safe. You have to have this. These are the priorities that you have to have a gun. Your gun should never be one in the chamber when you're at the house. It should always be holstered. It should always be this. It always should be that. But for your kid to shoot themselves is outrageous. We should never hear a story of a kid shooting themselves because the kid should never be able to find a gun or reach a gun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They shouldn't even see it.
Yeah.
But to Lana's point, though, I mean, it is kind of difficult because I remember when I had my gun, there was a lock on it, and I had to have a key in order to access the lock. So imagine I'm in a dire situation.
Right.
And I'm just like, oh, let me grab the key. Let me grab the key. Let me try and get it open. And then I would have been gone by then.
Sure,
If something was like, God forbid, to pop off. So it is difficult, especially I'm seeing myself as a man in a household. If I have a gun, I'm using it to protect. How I want to have access to it, to be fair. At the same time, it is very difficult because if you have children in the area, I mean, they venture off. Kids adventure. I think Kevin Hart made a couple of jokes of like how he just hides his guns everywhere that the kids can't see or something like that. And he pulls them out in random places. I mean, maybe we should start doing that. Maybe not hide it up on there, but maybe like, I don't know. You got to figure out a way to like, to where your kids just cannot reach it, but you can. And it's hard though.
I was actually told about guns. I think we had guns. I think it was under my mom's bed as a kid. But my stepdad had told me y'all don't ever touch. He put the fear of God into me. This thing is scary and you could hurt yourself. It's almost like how you really don't have to tell a kid, or you only have to tell them once not to touch a hot stove.
Yeah.
That's how I was looking at the guns of oh my God, I can't touch that or I might die. That's what I feel like the conversation needs to be between these parents and these kids who have guns. At least if you're not going to have it locked up, make sure they are afraid to touch this. This is going to kill you, even if it won't. You know, you should assume if you touch this, you're probably going to get shot.
Which sucks is because now that kid does have that PTSD but he had to learn it this way.
Yeah.
That's the sucky part. You learn not to touch the gun by getting yelled at.
Yeah.
He learned not to touch guns by actually shooting himself, which sucks, man. Which sucks. But I think there needs to be more gun safety classes, man. I think when you get your gun, because nowadays, man, you ain't got to jump through too many hoops to get a gun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't really do too much background checks when you get a gun. You can go buy a gun right now and get a gun easily, and boom, bam, you're done. So, I think there needs to be more gun safety classes. I think there needs to be more ways to hide your gun or easy access to your gun. If you are trying to put your gun away from family members and kids and stuff like that, I think there needs to be easier, accessible ways to get to it in the height of danger. You know what I mean? So
a vault definitely should have a vault. I think you could do a vault.
But see, a vault still you gotta have a PIN code.
Maybe like a fingerprint scanner.
Something.
That's money though. That's money.
I know, it sounds expensive.
Exactly.
It does. But in positive news involving the kiddos, our lawmakers here in Georgia are trying to spend a little bit more money on elementary kids' education.
That's right. They're trying to spend $60 million to help the kids. So the plan would send literacy coaches into elementary schools across the state. In other words, they'll be sending reading coaches to every elementary school in Georgia if the spending proposal that Congress talked about passes. So apparently they're doing all this because the COVID pandemic is still affecting our kids to this day.
I bet.
I mean, to this day.
Look.
To this day.
These kids can't read.
Kids can't read for nothing.
They play Roblox and they can't read.
One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. Can't even read no Cat in the Hat. It's crazy.
So, to your point, though, there's some studies that they had. So state test results show about 1 out of every 3 third graders in Georgia is not reading at the level that the state wants.
Did you say 1 out of 3?
1 out of 3.
Do you know how many kids that is?
Third graders in Georgia.
1, 2, you can't read. You can't read. You can't read. You can't read. That's a lot of kids.
They're saying they're not reading at the standard that the state wants, though. They're not saying that they can't read, but they up to par. And that's unfortunate because This is scary because like when I was a teacher at one point, we was taught that at the ages of 4 to 5, kids should be able to recognize letters, sounds, and like simple words, sight words.
4 to 5?
Yeah, 4 to 5, they need to at least know like sight words, like the, and, said, he, things like that. Sight words.
They should know that by 1.
1?
If not 2. Like between 1 and 2, I know kids who know their whole alphabet.
Yeah.
For sure. 4 to 5 is crazy.
So, and the only reason why I say that some of these kids do know their alphabet at 1 to 2 is because a lot of times it's like, it's trained in them. Like, you could teach a kid how to sing a song at 1 to 2 and they could just recite it. But when they see the letter, are they going to be able to recognize what that letter is? Those are two different things. So, I get it. I get it. 4 to 5, that's just the standard. At ages 6 to 7, they should be reading basic sentences and short books independently. So 6 to 7, they should be able to read books. Dr. Seuss, One Fish, Blue Fish, Red Fish, You Fish, New Fish, whatever it is.
Yes,
and ages to 9, 3rd grade. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. And then ages to 8 to 9, the kids are expected, which is 3rd grade, to read fluently and understand what they read. And yeah, our kids just aren't necessarily doing that in 3rd grade right now.
Whoa.
Dumb children. We got stupid kids.
Dude.
Look, I'm going to tell you right now. Get them off the game and get a book in their hand. We don't need no $60 million. Get them off the game. Y'all better start treating these kids, sit them at the table with a belt in your hand and ask them to read. And if they mess up on a word, hit them. How do you spell bat? B-A-F. Hit them.
Bro,
how do you spell ball? B-A-L-T. Hit them. They don't need no $60 million to understand how to read. You take it back to the old days. Get some get accelerated reading program. I guarantee you'll get them in an accelerated reading program. Bruh, back then we had this AR program, man. You wanted to get as many points as you can, because guess what? You get a pizza party. Ain't no pizza parties no more for the reading. You don't get no pizza party no more for the class that read the most books throughout the year. Don't nobody care about reading.
Bro, you just sparked like a real crazy like trauma in me just now.
Why? Because you ain't got no pizza party?
No, I remember sitting at the table and my mom is like, "What is 2 cents plus 5 cents?" And I'm a kid, but I feel like every kid has to go through that. They're like right next to their mama, and they're like, "Use your hands," and you just keep getting it wrong. But you're terrified because as a kid, you're just like, "Okay, if I get it wrong, I can't even think straight because my mom is about to slap the crap out of me." So it's just like, that's traumatized. I don't think kids need to be going through that.
I can't relate.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, look at you.
Oh, she's too smart. She's too smart.
I think learning was always fun in my house, and my
we
mom
know.
would like. I love learning to this day.
We know.
Well, to be fair,
we know.
To be fair, women do develop faster than men,
For sure.
especially when it comes to education, things like that.
My brother was smarter than me.
Really?
Oh, was he?
He was. Yes, I was the dumb one. I'm the dumb one.
Oh, wow.
Between the two of us.
But you're the youngest child too?
And I'm the youngest. I'm a year
well,
younger.
that makes sense.
Okay.
That's the youngest child. That's the plight of the youngest child.
Yeah, because I'm dumb.
I'm just making
dumb.
stuff up.
Nah. Here's the thing, man. All jokes aside, there definitely needs to be. Our kids are like. I went to my mom's school right before she retired, and I, having just general conversations with kids. They didn't know what Captain Underpants was. The Harry Potter books had dust. Harry Potter book had dust on it.
How old are they?
These are elementary school kids. Nobody was renting out the Harry Potter books. Like, in elementary schools, they got little dots on the books for like what level you can read on. Bruh. So it's white, black, red. First of all, black dot was the lowest dot, and that's really made me mad.
Disrespectful.
I ain't even gonna hold you. I ain't even gonna hold you on that one. It made me mad. I had to talk to my mom about that one. But it went white. I mean, black, white, and then like all the color dots. But
where was the yellow dot?
Oh, the yellow dot was like closer to the top. Like it was like.
I bet it was.
Yeah, it was
and
like,
the white dot. You just got it.
That's funny. That is hilarious.
Okay, so if this bill does pass, though, it'll be statewide. The proposal is not final yet, but they've already tried to test this in a couple of Georgia schools currently. it says that 60 lower performing elementary schools did try this, and the state says reading scores improved by 15% on average just after 1 year. So we're hoping that this bill gets passed. Atlanta currently already does this. They already have like coaches in the school system, so those coaches would just be getting more money. You know,
these
like
kids
that.
just need somebody to care.
Yeah, that's
you know
true.
what I
Real
mean.
talk.
That's what
Real
it
talk.
is.
Real talk.
I think I cut you off in your story. What was the dots? What's going on there?
I forgot now.
Your mom said.
Yeah. So the kids at school have these colored dots, but the colored dots mean like what level of reading this book or what level this book is. Bro, all the level dots were like black and white dots. So the black and white dots were the lowest levels.
Yeah.
And all the books were black and white. There was no red. There was no yellow. There was like one section of yellow dots that were like the high level. But I'm like, yo, mom, does nobody know how to read like high level? She was like, there's nobody really in school that's reading on like that level
Wow.
yet. Crazy.
I mean,
Crazy.
COVID did mess up a lot of kids because those were the kids that I was like working around. I mean, they did seem, and it's not that they were just slower or like they didn't know certain things. Like they weren't dumber by any means. I just think that they picked up different. They learned like how to talk better. Like them kids was like they learned sarcasm fast. They learned how to be sarcastic fast, like how to talk fast. I'm guessing through like YouTube videos that they're watching, but they weren't reading. They weren't able to pick out sight words, and they also was not able to focus. I understand kids is going to be bouncing around, but like them kids, you have to like every so often, like every other minute, you almost got to be like, all right, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. So their attention spans was a little bit flawed and affected by that. So I don't know if that's like autism or they're on a spectrum, but COVID did do some damage on these kids.
I think it's more so technology. I think the flip nature that they have us under with all these algorithms and stuff like that. Like you're used to honestly potentially not even considering a whole thought. Like if you really think about it, you almost never watch a whole video all the way through. So you're constantly just getting half thoughts and stopping whenever you get bored. So you're not challenging your brain to be like, all right, I'm going to sit here and listen to this whole thing no matter what, retain the information, and then move on. It's just click, 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 click. So then you get in real life and you're like, oh, I can't pay attention to anything because like that's what I'm doing for most of the day. So we're really all making ourselves quite stupid with this. And kids are getting it like way worse. You're rocking with the Casual Racism channel. Look, man, we have all of the races in this building, and we all get very. It's a fun environment.
Oh, that's
to
hilarious.
say the least. It's an interesting environment.
That's hilarious.
Okay, but I probably do have to go up on the list. The stand your ground laws might see some changes, apparently.
Yeah, so first I'll just explain real quick what the stand your ground law really is. So basically the stand your ground law, it says that a person does not have a legal duty to retreat before using force, even if that includes deadly force. So to explain it even more simpler, you don't have to run away before defending yourself if someone is about to seriously hurt or kill you. And the biggest caveat is that you do have to be somewhere where you're legally allowed to be at the time of the incident. So you can't like shoot somebody in their own house if they didn't want you in there, but you're able to have self-defense if you're like in a public area and somebody tries to kill you. But lawmakers are trying to change this because Georgia senators, they just passed the Senate Bill 572. Apparently, it would let someone that's charged with the crime to claim self-defense that stand your ground law in early on in the case. So instead of going to trial, the judge would have a hearing about the case. But if the bill becomes the law, the prosecutors has to provide clear and compelling evidence to the judge in order to dismiss the case. And this is all before trial happens. So it's like, say something does happen. You shoot somebody, you kill somebody, and you're claiming that it's self-defense. You'll then go to jail, to jail, but you'll make a claim. You'll say, hey, I want to talk to the judge. I'll take this route underneath this bill that just passed. You'll go to the judge as opposed to going to trial and facing a jury. And a lot of people are having some difficulties with this because it's like, the prosecutors, it puts a lot of stress on the prosecutors because sometimes they may have to They may have to provide evidence really fast. And evidence, it pops up very slow. I mean, you have to get sometimes footage of the incidents. You have to require certain permits for certain access to certain things. So they're saying that, the issue is if prosecutors aren't able to provide evidence and we're fast tracking this case, a lot of people could be getting off with murder. Almost.
Yeah. I was literally just thinking, like, man, they're making it easier to kill people low key.
I was like, bro, I do not like this at all.
They brought up the Ahmaud Arbery story. They was basically saying, like, imagine if they was able to just speed track the process. The evidence from the Ahmaud Arbery, it just kept on popping up out of nowhere. Just new stuff after new stuff after new stuff. But imagine if they was able to fast track that process.
See, and I don't like that at all, actually. Now that you say it, we kind of like flesh it out, because it's like, if you did kill somebody and you were standing your ground, then prove it in court. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you really did it, then prove it in court, and because you were in the situation,
right?
So it's like, I don't need you to have a faster process,
especially with the judge being the one that decides if you're guilty or you're able to be like let go. I don't want the judge to decide something like that. You have to let a jury do it.
Especially with this type of stuff. Stay your ground. Like, I'm protecting myself or not protecting myself or whatever, bruh. Anybody could do anybody can say anything at this point. Like, you know what I mean? I'm getting away with anything.
And the judge goes to my country club.
Come on now.
Our kids go to the same whatever club. It's like, I don't need these, like, one dude in any given situation is supposed
12.
to.
I need 12.
Nah,
I need
not
12.
If you kill somebody.
Bruh, I need 12. Right. I didn't even know that, and this might be the ignorance of me. I didn't even know that Georgia had stand your ground law here, to be honest with you. Didn't even know it had it here. I thought it was just a Florida thing.
I knew it was Florida, I don't know if I knew if it was Georgia either.
It's a self-defense law. So basically, like I said, if you feel that there's a threat, you can defend yourself.
So is it a stand your ground law or a self-defense call? Because I know stand your ground is like, in Florida, stand your ground means like, yo, I can retaliate if I feel threatened. Like, that shit, it's like, boom.
The bar is low.
But that's what it is, though. That's what it is. The courts are going to have like official names for it, but that's basically our nickname for it. So it is that law in a sense. If you do feel a certain threat, you feel like your life may be at stake, then you could possibly kill somebody.
That's interesting, bro. Man. I wonder if they have this. I wonder if the same thing applies to. I wonder if they have the same thing for Florida, bro. I wonder what Florida's.
Okay. Well, we only have a couple more minutes.
Oh man, I was about to look it up. It's all
no, you can if you want to. I just want to make sure we can get to these two stories. Well, this next one is really interesting.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, because I don't know what y'all got going on, and this reminds me of a previous story we talked about. But I guess somebody found a bag of decapitated birds floating in a lake here in Metro Atlanta, and so now the people who live there and the police, everybody's trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, it's a psycho on the loose. It's a psycho.
What is
this?
It's
a psycho on the loose.
We were just talking about that pig heart that was like stapled to a tree.
It's a psycho on the loose. Residents of Avondale State, just outside Atlanta, say they found a bag of decapitated birds floating in the lake. According to investigators, the discovery happened on Sunday afternoon around 4 p.m. at Lake Avondale when a resident noticed 2 black trash bags floating in the water. When authorities checked the bags, they found something disturbing inside: about 5 birds that had been decapitated, along with food or feed that had been placed in the bags with them. So they were probably trying to either hope that these fish would eat these birds or something, bro. Officials say the birds appeared to include chickens and possibly a duck. Because the remains had not yet decomposed, investigators believe the bags were dumped in the lake recently. Now, chickens and ducks are used in voodoo. Yes, they are.
There was that little pig heart.
They are.
They did find that pig heart.
That's what I'm saying. Chickens and ducks are used in voodoo. I'm just saying. The discovery happened near Wilshire Drive and Berkeley Road, an area where locals say they normally come to relax, walk around the lake, enjoy the park. But on this day, what's found instead, the neighbors are shocked. So right now, the police say there is no suspect and no identifying information connected to the bags. Authorities are trying to determine who dumped the birds and why they were decapitated. City officials
Right.
say that the act may ultimately fall under illegal dumping, useless unless investigators uncover additional evidence of animal cruelty or another crime. Oh yeah, this is animal cruelty. What the world?
Well, I ain't gonna lie. When I heard birds, I was thinking like it was pigeons. I thought it was something, but it's chicken and duck, bro. People eat that all the time.
Yeah, but they don't decapitate it and throw the bodies away. I mean, like what?
Who don't?
So you eat
When
chicken?
you kill a chicken, you're supposed to decapitate it.
You eat chicken heads?
No, they didn't eat it though. They threw it away. It's trash.
No, they didn't throw the heads away, dog. They threw the bodies away, bro.
Oh God.
And had the bodies in there with other food,
Yeah.
like animal feed.
Animal
so
feed.
they weren't like trying to feed the birds and
No.
say, "Oh, eat the food," because their heads were gone.
Heads were gone.
Oh God.
The bodies of the birds were in there.
Dang.
That's what I'm saying. That, voodoo ritual. Hello. Somebody better watch out. Either, you know what I'm saying? It ain't looking good for somebody out there in Atlanta.
Maybe whatever happened with the pig was countered with whatever just happened with these birds.
Come
and
on
they're
now.
just like, y'all got something
Together.
going on.
Together.
And
Right.
y'all just need
Hey.
to just, as long as you're not doing nothing to the community.
Hey.
You know what I mean?
It's a spiritual warfare out here.
It
man.
is. Y'all better
It is, though,
pray,
for real.
Better stay prayed up.
Listen.
Stay prayed up. I would have took one of them. I ain't gonna lie. Depending on how long them duck and chickens was out there, though, I would have took one of them things home.
And done what with it?
Cooked it. It's free chicken.
No, you would not.
And free duck.
Oh, you down bad that much? You got to get a decapitated bird out of bag out the
Alpharetta.
lake?
Depends on how long it was in the bag.
Listen,
Crazy.
man, he over here paying what, $4 for diesel? I guess you need to these days. You can't get no chicken from the store. You got to get out the bag out the lake. Ooh, that's nasty.
Crazy.
Ooh, that's nasty. I guess. Ooh, the times is hard for the people. Because I eat my own toenails before I eat no dang duck out of bag out the lake. Bro, decapitated? Who times is hard?
Oh man, we broke, flat broke. We ain't got it.
No, what was that? See, y'all be doing that stuff that I just can't relate. What was that? What was
Kanye,
that?
Kanye, college dropout.
You don't know Kanye?
Nah,
It's okay.
I think that. Yeah.
It's okay.
Ain't got no money.
Ain't got no clothes.
Ain't got no car.
We got no. We broke, flat broke. We ain't got it.
Okay. Anyways,
Yeah, sorry guys.
turns out there's a lot of people in Atlanta that may not know, or actually that may know what we're talking about, because Atlanta may not be as diverse as we thought it was.
Yeah, so a new report from Wallet Hub looked at how diverse the United States was. They looked at 501 different cities around the country. And can I get a map of... There we go right there. If you look closely, you'll see that's the top 30 states that's the most diverse, and Atlanta is not on there. Apparently, the study showed that Atlanta ranks 78th overall
Are you
in the
serious?
country.
Dang.
In the country. I can't believe it. I don't know where they're doing, how they doing this study, but apparently we're 78th in the country. They looked at a multitude of factors, and they had multiple different categories. We ranked 9th in the country for religious diversity, though. So we got, that might be the hoodoos out there that we got, but I thought we was more diverse than this.
I thought we were number one. Who's number one then?
Number one, it's one of those.
One of those.
One of those.
I don't believe this. Because first of all, I've traveled like dang near this whole country, and
That
there's
DC?
a lot of white people in this country. Like Atlanta seems very black,
Yep.
but this country is very much majority white.
It is
And
a
then
lot
we
of-
got a lot of Asians here.
That's what I'm saying.
And
bro.
they
lot of
busting in the kitchen in Duluth.
What? Boy. Yeah.
So we got that does it for us. We gotta go. Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow.
Peace.
A major move today. Hot 97 is expanding.
Hot 97 has launched a full streaming television channel.
Hot 97 is no longer just a radio station, it's now a streaming network.
Welcome to Hot 97 News. Let's dive into the news because the news has been newsing.
Hot 97 Mornings with Merrill. We got Shiny Culture in the building. Leah Bell in the building.
Good morning.
And DJ Cass One.
You know what it is. You know how I get down with the Funk Flex energy, baby.
Let's get it, Flex.
Nobody don't want no smoke.
Wow, it got spicy real fast. Here for it all.
We're here for it all. That's
Let's
it.
go. Mariah Carey takeover.
The people made it happen.
Yeah.
I'm coming around to all the classrooms and we turning up.
Good morning, students. My name is Wale. Aren't you supposed to be in class? Oh, I'm you supposed to be in class, man.
Rihanna has become a true worldwide icon.
Congratulations on the job. We listen to Hot 97 every day. We can't wait to hear you guys even more.
Hey, let's go!
Get ready. The legend is on your screen. Funk Flex, the man who defines hip-hop, is bringing the heat from the radio booth to your TV.
Where my camera at? That's my camera? All right.
The biggest beats, the hottest freestyles, and that classic Flex energy.
Bars are back.
Now in your living room. Don't just hear it, watch the movement. Funk Flex, now on Hot 97 TV, Mondays and Fridays at 7:30 p.m.
Welcome to Hot 97 News Atlanta. First, here with Rondell with 2 N's.
What they do? Give it up to you.
And Million.
Hey, the fact that this is a reality.
Brand new live news show. I'm your host, Lana Harris. There is so much going on in this country and in this world.
Civil unrest. Nobody's going to trust that. Any of
This sounds, like I said, it sounds good.
Yeah.
It does sound beneficial.